So let's start learning Selenium WebDriver. And before we start learning Selenium WebDriver, I have one question for you. I know it's too early to ask a question, but the question is not related to Selenium. It is a general question that I want to ask. The question is that if you want to perform any task on a website, then what is the very first step that you will take? Right. If you are thinking of opening a browser, then you are correct. Because if I have to run a website, then I need a browser. I need to open a browser. And we have to be more specific that which browser I will open. Whether I want to open my website on Firefox browser, or I want to open my website in Chrome browser, or I have to open my website in Edge browser. And there are multiple browsers, right? So we have to be more specific that which browser I want to open my website in. So we know that Selenium help us to perform user actions on a web application. So to perform a user application, we should first learn how to open a browser. So to perform actions on a web page, we need to first learn how to open a browser. So how we can open a web browser using Selenium WebDriver? Selenium provide us a class called driver classes, and we can use these driver classes to open a browser using Selenium WebDriver. For each and every browser, we have a separate driver class. For example, suppose I want to open Chrome browser. Then how will I open Chrome browser? I will use Chrome driver class, and I will just simply create an instance of it. Now, this line will actually help me to open a Chrome browser with help of Selenium. Let's run this code and see the same. See, I didn't do anything. I just simply write this line and I was able to open Chrome driver for me. And for each browser, we have a separate driver class. So if I want to open an Edge browser, then I have a class called Edge driver. I have to change it here as well. Edge driver. If I will run this piece of code, then I will be able to open Edge browser. See, this time I was able to open the Edge browser. So if we have to open browser, then we can use these driver classes to open our browser. But there is one flaw in this approach, and I will not talk about that flaw right now. We will learn few things about Selenium WebDriver, and then we will look at that problem which I'm talking about right now. So let's move forward, and for this course, I will be most of the time dealing with Chrome browser, so I am changing it to Chrome driver. So let's move ahead, and now I want to ask you that after opening a browser, what is the second step you will do if you have to perform an action on a website? You will navigate to that website, right? Suppose if I want to search anything on Google, then after opening my Chrome browser, I will type www.google.com. I will navigate to Google website. I will open the Google website and I will enter my search result. So to open a website using a Selenium WebDriver, Selenium provide us a method called get method. With the help of that method, we can actually navigate to a particular website that we desired of. Let's say I want to open google.com. So I will simply write driver.get, and inside this get method, I have to pass the URL. So I will say simply https://www.google.com. Now, with the help of this line, with the help of this get method, I will be able to open google.com in Chrome browser. Let's run the code and see the same. So right now we are able to open google.com. Earlier we were only opening browser. So this line actually help us to open browser, and this line help us to open google.com.